sorry, I just realized we're muted on stream. You also happen to find the local shepherd whose sheep were acting quite peculiar, and you went to go check it out, and long story short, all of the sheep were also very similar to the plant people that you had fought earlier. So, where we find you guys now is you guys are standing at the entrance of this dilapidated temple in the middle of the graveyard. It is getting close to late afternoon. What would you all like to do?
We need to move. We're losing daylight.
Could we check in on the graveyard, since that is...
You're currently in the
likely...
graveyard.
Oh, I thought we were still in the sheep pen.
No.
My mistake.
You're currently standing at the entrance of the temple.
Well, where would you all like to search first? Center of the graveyard, the temple?
We still haven't seen the sheriff.
Yeah, we're supposed to check back in with her still, right?
That's what you were told. Unless you knew that she was in the graveyard, but you have not seen her yet.
It worries me that we haven't seen her, but also she wanted us to go check on other things and left herself alone in here. And now we haven't seen her.
That is very true. I still think we should take a look around here.
What is the temple? You said it's dilapidated, but
yeah, so you see a large, almost Gothic-looking temple. Looks very much like Roman cathedral-esque. Large sweeping pillars. The roof is caved in. It looks like as if something heavy had fallen upon the roof and has messed it up. As far as religious symbology goes, you see where the symbology should be has been marred and scratched out.
Okay, is there a way into the temple, or is it completely blocked from the fallen roof?
It doesn't seem to be fully blocked. The doorway is open. And with that, it doesn't seem as if there is too much of a... like the roof hasn't fully collapsed in to make it impassable.
Okay. Are there any tracks in the vicinity leading into or around the temple?
Yeah, give me a survival check.
I'll give him guidance.
Okay.
Oh boy. What does guidance give me?
Gives you a D4 on top of it.
All right. So that's a 7.
7.
Only.
You just sort of, you're looking around, and in your process of looking, you actually mar the footprints that are there, the tracks. And then you just very excitedly you point down to where you see a track. And the party very quickly realizes that you just pointed to your own tracks leading to this place.
Sorry.
It was a good effort, Thrak. I appreciate it.
You tried.
But the rest of the party very clearly sees that there was tracks going into it, a singular track in, it seemed. as
Well,
the
let's at least
snow was easy enough to show it.
at least check the inside of the temple.
Can we determine the time frame? If we knew what time the sheriff was here in this area, can we determine if it was close to the proximity time frame wise that the sheriff was here?
Yeah, that'll be another survival check for you.
14.
14, all right. Yeah, you think that these tracks are relatively fresh, so it could be the sheriff. Yes.
I look over at Moros and I'm like, maybe you have the same thought that I do. There's a part of me like, why would the sheriff send us away to go, especially when we had to run into whatever we ran in, and they're running around in here by themselves. Like, to me, I'm a little bit like, that doesn't add up to me. Like, why they would purposely send us at something, especially when that happened. I'm trying to piece it together, but I'm not quite, I guess, in the same mind frame as maybe you are. Is there more you're thinking on it?
It's more so that I have concerns, Vita being the one speaking, that she sent us away and there was a problem. But the thing is that it's very clear that whatever that was not in charge. We've seen the sheep, very similar. Again, not smart enough to have done any of this. I feel like there's something with more of a head on it than what we've seen. And it's probably here in the graveyard.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was just concerned about the sheriff's involvement because it seemed out of place. That if there's something going on, that they might want some help, but sending us away, But then again,
I do have concerns that the sheriff may be involved in this, which is why I'm adamant about us searching the premises, even if we get caught by said sheriff.
Agreed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go in. We are burning daylight, and more so indoors is more a problem than being outdoors where we could run if we had to.
Okay. Thrak's gonna start heading into the temple.
Okay.
Not charging in, but walking in, looking around, and just,
So inside the temple, you see what looks to be the main altar in the back has been smashed in, and there's a gaping hole leading down further below into either an undercroft or the underdark, whatever which you are not sure. But you see this large gaping hole where the altar should be. The pews and everything lining up in this cathedral are in disrepair. What was once fine mahoganies and very dense, rich, dark woods have been marred, molded, and just ravaged by the passage of time and disrepair. You see dust lines just about everything. And the few rooms that you see off to the side seem to be crunched in, crushed, and just otherwise inaccessible.
So
I'm gonna make my way over towards what's left of the altar where the hole is.
Okay. Agni, were you saying something as well?
Yeah, I was trying to ask if there's like a layer of dust, would we see like any kind of footprints in that, or any kind of, if it's been disturbed at all with maybe the sheriff coming through?
Give me a survival check.
I'll give her guidance when she goes to do that.
Okay.
$21.
Yeah, you see the tracks leading towards the gaping pit. Thrak, as you get up to that way, you look down as you see what looks to be very luminous purplish and blue mosses are lining this tunnel that is going about a 45-degree angle down. You see it goes quite some ways, about 60 feet down at this angle. As you peer down into it with your dark vision, you see seems to be like a brick wall broken into some sort of an underground complex.
Pretty mushrooms.
Well, I think we may have found the area to investigate.
I will take out a rope and
Okay.
see if there's something I can anchor to. And get ready to head down.
All right. So very easily you can anchor that to your rope to one of the pews, one of the, something or another there. Everything seems to be pretty solid in this area.
All right.
Thrak, before you go down, I'm gonna look over at Verne and I'm gonna look down and I'm like, is that a common growth, or is that something that like was possibly created, or?
That'd be a
And
nature
when
check.
I look at it, yeah, I was gonna say, do I realize anything about this? If it's a more of a natural occurring thing? 21.
You've heard of tales of in the Underdark, there's glowing lichen. This close to the surface, however, it's very uncommon. It's usually reserved for places that have not seen the light of the sun in a very long time.
This is very uncommon for this area. This normally happens deep underground that does not normally get sunlight.
Are these things like hazardous or toxic or anything, or are they just pretty?
They're very pretty looking, but you don't know about this specific type. You just know that they're not common for this area. As I don't believe your character is very fluent in the Underdark.
No, I wouldn't be. I do not know if they're poisonous or anything, but...
Thrak, roll me a survival check for anchoring your rope.
Okay.
See how good of a knot you do, just for shits and giggles.
I'll give him a guidance on that.
12.
12? It's passable. It's a solid knot. It should hold you guys. Short of intervention, but it should hold your weight. You test it a bit before you go down to the hole. And it's a steep descent, but it's nothing that isn't like walkable if you're careful. But it would be considered difficult terrain, but with the rope you're at no risk of falling while you go down.
Okay. So just keep slowly going down. Try and notice anything if I can. And
Okay. As you're going down, is anyone else going down with him right away, or are you waiting for him to get to the bottom first and then following? What is your order of operations here?
I can go down after him. Is there enough light from these things that it's actually lighting the area so I can see?
It's dim light, yeah. So you can still
Yeah.
see him, yes.
Okay.
Helen, would you like it to be brighter?
I would really appreciate you shining some light on my situation.
Give me
So-
1 second to see the specifics.
Thrak.
I can do that as well.
So Thrak's going down first. Telwyn's
Mhm.
second. Who's third?
I'll go.
I'll head down. Go ahead.
So Agni, Vita, do you want to be fourth?
Yeah.
And
Then I guess I'll
Verne
go last.
cover in the rear.
Telwyn, before you go down, I will. Do you have a what weapon do you have?
I have a longsword.
And do you have a shield?
I do.
Would you like either of those to be shining with light?
Actually, put it on my longsword.
I will touch your longsword and cast the light cantrip.
All right. So Thrak, you get the 60 feet down to the bottom, and
Okay.
Telwyn's, and you see the broken wall. You look up and see Telwyn starting to descend as the rope picks up the slack a bit again, as he
Mhm.
starts getting down. And as you get about halfway down there, Telwyn, roll me a perception check. As you're watching where your footing is, and
17.
17. Okay. So, as you're going down, you start seeing some wiggling in the dirt, around the moss, around the mushrooms, and the lichen.
I'll let everybody that's above me coming down know that there's something wiggling on the floor. I can't see it in detail, but there's something moving on the floor.
And as you sit there, yell that out, they burst out of the dirt while you're hanging on by the rope. As you guys see this. Oh, he did put Ravenloft in its own category. Cool. You see a bunch of these little tiny, maybe 4 to 5 inch tall creatures bursting from the dirt, as this will be initiative.
Oh, the little baby Groots.
Yeah, but with one hell of a temper. So Thrak, what is your initiative?
Ooh. I'm sorry. Let me. Oh. Let's see here. That would be a 9.
9. All right, Agni.
5.
Verne.
8.
Vita.
18.
Telwyn.
14.
At least 2 people got over 10. So Telwyn, the little blights are the first to respond as 2 of them jump out as you hear nothing because they don't have mouths, but you see they pull their arms back and little tiny thorns appear on the tips of their arms as they jump on you. The first one will miss, and the second one will get a 21 to hit.
Okay.
21 will hit, right?
Yes.
So you'll take 4 points of piercing damage as it stabs into you, a chink in your armor. Vita, you are the next to respond. You see these things jumping onto Telwyn while he's on the way down with the rope.
Alrighty, I will try to hit one with the crossbow since I'm still on the rope, aren't I?
What's that? You're still on the rope?
Am I still on the rope?
You haven't gone down yet. You guys were going one at a time, and it was Telwyn was going
Okay.
down at this point. So you're still at the top.
Got it. Alright, then let's do the crossbow. See if I can do some damage.
Okay.
$15 to hit.
15 will hit.
And that's 9 damage.
All right, so the one that stabbed into Telwyn got right into the chink of his armor. Telwyn, as you look at this little thing stabbing into you, all of a sudden a crossbow bolt blasted off you as it shatters across to the and falls down to where Thrak is, and just a pile of needles. As that one is dead. Anything else, Vita?
Yeah, I'm gonna take this chance to use my healing light for one of my die.
Okay.
Heal for 5, and that's it.
All right, next up is going to be Telwyn. It is your turn.
Okay, how many of these things are around me at the moment?
You see there is one that is currently on you, but you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more coming out of the earth around you.
Holy moly.
Are they like between me and the bottom, or are they between me and the top?
Yes.
They're both?
Yeah, there's about there's 2 above you and 4 below you.
Okay. I'm gonna yell down and say, Thrak, watch out. I'm gonna drop my shield and let go of the rope and lay on my shield to slide down the bottom.
Okay. Give me a athletics check here.
19.
19. All right, cool. You managed to get down. Thrak, you have advantage on this dexterity saving throw to get out of the way.
Okay.
As Telwyn just bobsleds down the...
$17.
17. All right, you dance out of the way as Telwyn scoots by and manages to stop just a couple feet past where you were standing. Anything else there, Telwyn?
I'll just, if I have any movement, I'll get to a knee and pull my shield and sword out.
Okay. That would be about all your movement there. But yes.
Yeah.
So, Thrak, it is your turn.
How far up are these things for me?
For you, they're about, the ones at the bottom, about 10 feet. So with difficult terrain, you can move half movement. So you could be able to get up there. If you make an attack while on the slope, you're going to have to make a dexterity save to see if you maintain your footing after the attack. But you can do it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just go for the closest one that's near to me.
Okay. So you just start stomping your feet up, and you find your footing as you get up to the first twig blight there.
Okay. Use my great axe. 21 to hit.
21 will absolutely hit this thing.
5 damage.
You shatter it as it splatters up against the wall in a bunch of little tiny bits of kindling.
And I need to make a dex save.
Yep, to maintain your footing.
Okay. That's a 9.
All right, you slip back down to the base, and you fall prone. But no damage.
Ooh. There's so much up there. Be careful.
Anything else there, Thrak?
No, that's it.
All right, 2 of the little blights are going to, the 2 closest to the top, They're going to rush up, and they are going to jump after... there's 4 of you that are still up there.
3.
3, yeah. That's going to be on Agni. They're going to jump. So this one is going to just jump at you. That'll be a 11 to hit Agni.
Miss.
And the one tries to jump at you. You do a quick kick as it just tumbles all the way back down to the bottom next to Vrak's prone form. Verne, it is your turn. There's one up top with you guys, then the rest are in the...
I will pull out my short swords and go to stab that one that's up top.
Okay.
That is a 15 and an 11.
But the 15 will hit, the 11 will not.
That's 9 points of piercing damage.
As that is another one that bites the dust. Anything else there, Verne?
Nope.
Alright, next up is going to be the next 2 twig blights. They are going to... they're going to rush down, and they are going to jump onto you, Thrak, being prone.
Okay.
They're going to jump onto your shoulders. Does an 18 hit?
18 does hit.
Okay, and does a 14 hit?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll take 2 little hits. You'll take 2 points of piercing damage, and then 4 points of piercing damage, so 6 total. As they jump onto the back of your shoulders, as you're like laying on your stomach from slipping down, as they're on your shoulder, just tearing into the muscle in your back.
All right.
Agni, it is your turn.
Okay. The one that was still at the top, is it still there, or did that one die?
That's
already?
dead now.
Okay.
So there's currently 3 at the bottom, and bottom, 3. 1, 2 still in the tunnel.
Okay. I guess whichever one would be closest to me. I don't know if I'm closer to the tunnel or not.
You're standing at like the top of the tunnel looking down.
Okay, so there's 2 more up top still.
They're in the
Okay.
tunnel. So you can use like a ranged attack or something.
Right, okay. I need a dexterity saving throw from you, sir.
Okay, let's see.
Sacred Flame.
That'll be a 10, so it fails.
Oh, fails. Finally, I get to do some
Is this one of the
damage
ones on the tunnel or the ones down at the bottom?
in the tunnel.
Okay. So that was that much damage. That's enough to, as you see, one of them just starts burning in a holy light as it falls flat and screams in plant.
And then I do want to take some movement to go down the ladder towards the party.
So there's no ladder. There's a rope, so you can
Rope,
hold
yeah.
onto the rope, so you can get 15 feet down.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Next up is one of the twig blights that are in the middle. This one is going to see Agni sort of climbing down, and this one is going to try cutting the rope. Agni, I need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Oh, that's a 4.
Yeah. You got 15
Catch
feet
me.
down out of 60, so you're 45 feet down. All right. You take quite the tumble here.
Can I try and catch her? No, wait, I'm prone. Never mind.
I mean, you can definitely soften the blow with your body, but
Yeah, how squishy are half orcs?
you find out not very squishy at all, Agni, as the way down is a doozy. You tumble backwards, hitting yourself over and over again. You feel it feels like a bone snap in your arm as you go down. As you'll take 14 points of bludgeoning damage as you end up landing on right next to and partly on Thrak.
Wow. Are you okay?
Ow.
Thrak, looking at her, you see there is a bone jutting out of her forearm.
Now 1 hit point left. Yeah.
Next up is going to be, back to the top of the round, Vita.
Oof. Alright. Vita will wince at hearing the sound of one of fellow adventurers fall and will try an Eldritch Blast to get one of the ones off of Thrak.
Okay.
That's a 23 to hit.
That'll absolutely hit.
And 11 damage.
11 damage. All right, that one is dead. Blasted to smithereens by your Eldritch Blast. Anything else?
Yeah. I'm going to once again dip into the die pool in order to help out with Agni.
Okay. Is there a range on that?
Let me double check.
Because she's currently 60 feet away.
Oh, as long as I can see them, 60 feet.
Cool. So you're exactly in range.
Sweet.
And unfortunate, it's only 2. Sorry.
Hey, you doubled her current hit points.
So I just
You
tripled
tripled
it.
him.
3. Heck yeah. Thank you.
So better than nothing. Anything else, Vita?
Nah, that's it.
All right, Telwyn, you see all that happen.
How far are the twig blights that are at the bottom apart?
They're right on. Well, there was 2 of them on Thrak's shoulder. Now only one of them is there, and another one is laying prone on the ground right now, trying to stand up.
I guess I'll attack the one that's prone.
Okay.
14 to hit.
That'll hit. Were you rolling an advantage because it's prone?
Yes.
Perfect.
For 9 damage.
For 9 points of damage, that one is dead. Blasted to pieces. Anything else?
I'm gonna look and see how. I guess I'm gonna look at Agni or whatever and see what I can do on my next action to try and help mend the broken bone deal.
Okay. Thrak.
I'm done though.
Thrak, it is your turn.
Oh, sorry, didn't hear you.
Nope, you're fine. It happens. Internet sometimes can be funny.
I will.
You're currently prone
Yeah,
as well.
prone. Yeah, so I want to stand up.
Okay.
And I have one on my back still, correct?
It is. Has its little thorns right into your shoulder blades.
Okay. Are there any walls around me that I can back into?
Yeah.
Okay. I will use all my strength and just kind of crush it between my back and the wall.
All right, give me a athletics check here.
All right. 20.
Yeah. Roll a die 4 and add your strength modifier.
Okay. Ten.
10. All right. So you crush that thing like a grape against the wall.
All right. Do I have any movement left?
You have about 10 feet of movement left.
How close is Agni to me?
Agni is probably about 10 feet away, laying prone.
Okay, I'll get over to her and try to help her up if I can.
Okay. So you use the remainder of your action to help her stand up.
And that's all. I think that's it for me.
All right. Next up, Verne, it is your turn.
Are there any more twigs?
There are. There is what appears to be one down at the bottom still. Or not down at the bottom, in the tunnel still. It's the one that cut the rope from Agni.
Well, listen here, you little shit. I'm gonna shoot with an arrow. Yeah, that's a 18 to hit.
Yep.
For 9 points of piercing damage.
9 points. All right. As that one gets blasted.
Just eber it through the center.
As all of the creatures are dead in this encounter. Agni,
All right.
your arm freaking hurts. A lot.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and cure wounds on myself.
Okay.
Oh wow, max roll. That's good.
So how much points of healing is that?
I got 11 back.
11. All right. As with a definite cry of pain, you cast the Cure Wounds. And as you do that, you watch the bone pull back into the arm with a sickening sort of slurping sound. And then, with a great deal of pain, the magic courses through and heals the break. Your skin patches up. And all you have is a small pink scar from where the bone was protruding. But your arm is now whole once more. And you are very, very pale at this point from the pain from that.
So we have. So who's left up top? Vita?
Vita
And me.
and Verne.
Okay. Okay.
I have some rope. I'm willing to go down the rope and start to try maybe to tie another rope to it at the end of it.
It's something, too, that if you took your time, you could slowly walk down it safely. But just this, it's a pretty steep. So it's doable, but it might be difficult. But you could. You
Be
could also
careful,
use the
that
rope
first
as well.
step's a doozy.
Well, also, if I fall, someone could catch me. I'm not much.
True.
Now,
I
I'll-
will catch you.
Well,
Yeah,
let me
definitely.
try the rope first, and maybe I can tie another rope on the end of it, just for safety's sake.
absolutely. So you retie this up next to where the other one was anchored, and you start to make your way down, and you get down.
I will follow after.
Okay, sounds good. Both of you guys get down as you are down 60 feet down into the bottom of this complex, as it was. So, let me pull up the battle cam.
All right.
Does anybody need healed?
Actually, what I'm going to do
I'm okay.
I'm good.
I feel great.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Let's see here. Of course it's not going to reach. Okay, I have to use my other computer. Actually, give me 2 seconds.
I was mad because the better roll for the healing die went to me as opposed to Agni when Agni really needed it.
I was just hoping maybe slide down on my shield that might upend a few of them and like lay them out in the hallway so you guys could, beat on them. Because he said they were coming out of the floor, so I'm just like, well, I could try this since there was some below me.
It was good. It was good thinking.
Looked cool.
Like a giant slip and slide of colorful mushrooms or something.
Okay, this is giving me Shining Force flashbacks.
Shining Force?
Yeah.
Alright.
There was a dungeon crawler on the Sega many, many, many moons ago. And the way to remember the dungeons, you had to get graph paper and mark out the map.
Alright, so we have orange, white, blue, purple, and green are our tokens. So I assume Thrak, you're in the lead
Yep.
through this. Alright. So you enter the complex. Who's in the very back? Verne, are you still covering the rear?
Yeah, I'll still cover the rear.
Okay. So just a quick reminder, Agni is orange, Telwyn is white, Verne is blue, Vita is purple, and Thrak is green. Does that look all right for everyone, positioning wise?
Yep.
Yep.
What color am I?
Verne, you were blue.
I thought I was in the back.
Oh. Yep, I got you and Agni messed up.
I got very confused for a second. I'm like, which way are we going?
There we go. Sorry about that. So, you guys come in and you see this underground complex. Seems to be almost catacomb-like. Something that you haven't seen in quite some time. Is that catacombs aren't that common in most religions that are practiced in Sossal and elsewhere in Faerûn for the acceptable religions of the goodly folk. You see bones, lots of bones. lining the walls and creating the walls. Mainly skulls.
Okay. Are there any like sockets on the wall for torches or braziers?
There are some torch sconce locations.
Okay.
But they're all unlit.
Okay. So there's no light down here right now.
Currently, no light except for Telwyn's shield.
Okay.
My sword is lit.
Oh, your sword, yes.
My sword is lit.
Okay.
And this
We're
first
up to an hour.
and this first room that you see here. So this first room, you see a large cauldron in the center of the room. Seems to be unused for quite some time.
Okay.
And it has a layer of black sludge at the bottom.
I'd like to make a perception check to see if anyone's been in here recently.
Yeah.
Right. $15.
15. Looking around, it's hard to tell if anyone was here.
Okay.
The only thing that leads you to believe that there might have been something here recently is there's a surprising absence of dust.
All right.
And in
Okay, well, I will. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, in a place like this, it's very, it would be odd to not even see, like, normal, like, dirt around here.
Okay. I'll let everybody know that, something doesn't seem right. There's no dust. It seems kind of clean. And I will take a couple of steps into the room towards the cauldron.
Okay, so you step in towards the cauldron and you look down. I'm just going to use this as a placeholder for the cauldron. It's a very large cauldron.
Okay.
So you come in and you look down and you see this black sludge at the bottom of the cauldron.
Is there any odor coming from it?
Give me a perception check.
That is cocked. I need to reroll that. $19.
19. Yeah. It has a weird scent to it. Almost smells a little sulfurous or sulfurous.
Okay, so okay.
Go
ahead. No, it's all right. Go ahead.
I was going to say, do any of us in the room smell this sulfurous material?
Unless your head is like right next to the cauldron, you cannot.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say a little prayer to my deity before I walk in this room, just because I'm nervous and the weird decorations on the walls and this ordeal. I'm going to ask Thrak if he noticed anything specific about the cauldron or about what was in it?
Some black sludge. It smells like brimstone.
Thrak, as you sort of go to look into it again, to like as you're like describing it to Telwyn.
Mm-hmm.
Let me roll that. Yeah, its stealth was really bad. You notice it jiggle as it looks. You see a pseudopod starting to come up towards your face.
Okay, so I'm gonna. I'm gonna back up and kind of, while I'm backing up to where we came from, push Telwyn back a little bit as well.
Okay.
If that's possible.
Yep, so you go like this, push him back. There, you come out. As you see the ooze sort of come out of the cauldron. As this will be initiative once more.
$15.
15. All right, Agni.
6.
Verne.
Also 15.
Vita.
13.
Telwyn.
12.
All right. Thrak, you are the first to respond to this. You see it, this blackish gray ooze just sort of slurping out over the side of the cauldron. You see the cast iron pot sizzling on the outside for where the ooze touches.
Would Thrak know what that means?
Roll me an intelligence check.
This isn't going to be good. A 9.
I'm going to say Thrak knows enough to know that metal is not supposed to sizzle.
Okay.
Because he's familiar with weapons. He's familiar with like good quality steel. It's something that you deal with every single day. So you would know that it's not supposed to sizzle.
So you would know I guess what I'm asking, would he know that it's acidic?
I would say he probably doesn't know it's acidic, but he probably knows it shouldn't be doing that.
Okay. Don't let it touch you. And well, who's going first? Is it me?
Yeah, you're the first one.
Okay.
You and Verne are going pretty much at the same time, actually.
Okay. I'm going to rage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go across the room. 1, 2.
5.
Yeah, just put me right over that way.
Okay.
And I will take one of my. Where's it at? One of my not my great axe, but my hand axes, and throw it at it.
So that'll be at disadvantage because you're technically within melee of it in this room. It is a large creature.
Okay.
So you could swing at it with your hand axe.
Yeah, I'll take one of my hand axes and swing at it.
Okay.
That is a 19.
That'll absolutely hit it.
Okay. And damage.
How much damage?
10.
10. All right. As you hit it, you rend a deep slash as your hand axe starts to hiss. Your hand axe will have a -1 penalty to damage rolls now, as you see rust very quickly pitting on the blade.
Oh.
As you know,
You're a bad pudding.
Anything else there, Thrak?
No, I just want to try and keep its attention if I can.
All right.
But yeah, I don't know what else to do.
All right. Verne, you go as the same time. You see Thrax's hand axe slash and corrode.
I'm gonna take a step to the side so I can fully see the ooze.
Okay. Oh yeah, so you didn't see that happen.
No, but I would have heard the.
Yeah, you would have heard him.
The bad ooze.
Yeah, bad pudding.
Bad pudding. I'm gonna shoot at it with an arrow.
Okay.
That is it. 13 to hit.
13 will hit. Hard to miss.
10 piercing damage.
10 piercing. All right. You see that arrow just sort of dissolve as it is unrecoverable, but you do damage to it.
By the way, I've been forgetting to tell you, but I've been recovering half the arrows.
I assume, anyways.
For adventures.
Yep.
I am keeping track of my arrows for you.
I trust you. I appreciate it. Anything else,
I forget to. No, I did forget. I'm not going to mark another one because I forgot to pick up the one from last time in the inventory.
Okay.
I shot it, removed it, and then forgot to add it back when the combat ended.
You're good. Vita, it is your turn.
I'm going to back up just to probably as far as I can while still being in visual range in order to cast Eldritch Blast. No good will come of me being close.
All right. So you move back there. You have a line of sight on the ooze.
And that is 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
And 7 damage.
7. Out of all of the hits that you've seen so far, yours has the most grotesquely comical appearance. As this thing is like sloshing over the side of the cauldron, you sort of hit it, and it's almost like someone took a 5-gallon bucket of the ballistic gel and just slapped it as hard as they could. Just that jiggling motion of it from your Eldritch Blast from the Force. You said that was it for your turn, Vita? Or do you have anything else?
Yeah, that's gonna be it. Although I feel vaguely mocked.
Thrak, what type of armor are you wearing? Or are you wearing armor at all as a barbarian?
I believe I am. Let me check. I think it's hide armor. Yeah.
Okay. So this thing is going to swing at you. It's going to sort of slurp over onto you, try to engulf you. That'll be a 20 to hit.
Oh no. Yeah, that'll hit.
You'll take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as the pseudopod smashes into your gut. Half to 3 for you because you're raging.
Okay.
What's going to hurt, though, is the 8 points of acid damage. That is not halved. As that burns through, as you see your armor starting to disintegrate, as you have a -1 penalty to the AC on your armor now.
Oh no. How many points of acid did you say? 8?
8.
Yeah, I'm looking pretty rough.
Did that drop your AC to 10? No, it did not. Okay.
No, I'm down to 12.
Okay. So you are still good, but that is its turn. Telwyn, it is your turn.
I see this happen, and I see that like metal weapons are not overtly effective, like they're burning or whatever. Is this thing within 5 feet of me?
It can be.
I need to be close enough to use my word radiance. I want to see how that affects this thing.
Okay, so you move up. And that's a Constitution saving throw, right?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, that'll be a 19.
Okay. I'm assuming it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it does not do anything, unfortunately. Anything else?
No. I'm just gonna, I guess, prepare my sword and shield and hope for the best.
All right, Agni, your turn.
Okay. Okay, so it has taken some damage, right?
It's taken lots of damage. It looks very more. It looks more liquidy than it did solid a minute ago.
Okay.
It looks like slime that's been left out in the sun for too long.
Okay, give me a wisdom saving throw. I'm going to
Oh
cast
boy.
Dead.
Oh, it fails. With a 5. So you cast Toll the Dead, you said?
Yeah. I had to roll the damage manually instead with a button because it doesn't give you the option for the D12. Oh, that was bullshit. Okay, that's only 2 necrotic damage.
2 necrotic is not enough to end it. As you see it start to dry up a little bit. Anything else for Agni?
Yeah, Thrak is not looking so good, he said, right?
Yeah. I'm
To bonus action healing word on Thrak.
Okay.
Thank you.
So that's a die 4 plus your modifier.
So you'll get 5 hit points back.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Thrak, it is back to your turn.
Am I restrained in any way?
No, it just sort of oozed around you, burned, and then receded like a awful burning tide.
Okay. I'm going to grab my great axe and just go ham on it. That is a 25 to hit.
25?
Yeah.
25 will absolutely hit.
Okay. 16 points of damage.
And that is enough. You are able to kill it. However, your great axe will then take a -1 penalty permanently.
Okay.
So,
yep. It was worth it.
Yeah. So, unlike a magic item that's like a +1 where it adds a 1 to both your attack rolls and damage, this is a -1 instead.
Got it.
So, as the blade is pitted and corroded, as the ooze dissipates, you guys see in the cauldron a looks to be a very shiny gem.
Stupid jelly.
Don't worry, Thrak. We'll need to go to the blacksmith after this anyway. I'm starting to run low on arrows.
But it hurt my axe.
So
it's in the gem is in the cauldron.
Yep, there is a gem in the cauldron here, and this it almost looks like a diamond, but like the size of your fist.
I'll go look at it. I'm not going to touch it yet, but I'll go look at it.
Okay. It's in the shape of a prism, and it almost gleams as if there is a natural light coming from the inside of it.
Who wants the shiny?
Well, probably wouldn't be a bad thing to have.
If you're going to touch it, I can my old capelet to wrap your hand in.
That's probably a good idea.
Okay, so I'll do that. I'll reach down, wrap my hand in the capelet,
Yeah.
reach down, grab it, and just hold it up for everyone to see.
So you do as you pull. You reach in as the acid has been rendered non-harmful with the ooze's death. You reach your hand in there as you pull out this prism-shaped gem. Looks diamond-esque, but seems to have an inner light to it.
So it's illuminating somewhat.
It's very barely, like you just every now and again you see like a streak of light going through the facets of the gem.
Okay.
And it feels tingly in your hand.
Like cold tingly or...
Like magical tingly, but I don't know if Thrak knows what that feels like.
Okay. Somebody needs to take this. It's giving me goose pimples.
Erne will look to the party, see if anyone else wants it, and if no one wants it, we'll take it. Alright,
I've
Verne will
already
take
got
it.
the cape.
Verne will take it.
Okay, I'll hand it to Verne.
Alright, so you have this gem. Does anyone have any way to figure out what it is, or?
Probably not. Because I
Nope.
sure don't.
Yeah, nope, not really.
Okay. So you have this really neat gem in your hands, and you sort of look at it for a minute, and then you put it back into your pocket.
I'm going to mark it in my inventory as a shiny gem.
Tailwind, is there anyone who could help with what that gem is later in town?
Somebody in the temple might be able to. And there's a smith in town that can probably fix our weapons. I look at it. I mean,
You know the Temple of Ogma would have someone that would definitely know how to identify as they are knowledge-based.
okay. I will. I'll just kind of relay that information, and I'm gonna look at Thrak and see if he's still hurting really bad, or is he doing okay?
I'm half my hit points right now at 12 out of 25.
I am going to cast Cure Wounds on him
Okay.
Thank you.
for 10.
How many?
10.
Thank you very much.
As you almost get all your hit points back.
Yep. Awesome, thank you.
So you guys are now all in this main area here. So you see to your right, there's a stairway that rises up. To your left, there is a stairway, or not a stairway, a hallway that goes straight. To your north, there's a stairwell that goes down. And to your south, there is also a stairway that goes down. Or a corridor, I should say.
We still need to investigate a little more. Where do we go?
That is an excellent question.
Curious of what the entry point above us is if we came down from the kind of the broken down church area, like what would be above us? Because if we already came down from a section of the church, what that corridor leads to if we came from up above somewhere.
So is it Tillman or Bernie that has their sword lit up?
It's me.
Tell me.
Okay. All right. There aren't any other markings in the cauldron room? Just the doorways?
Just the hallways. Yeah, there's no doors, just hallways.
Or hallways, yeah.
Yep. And the place that you came down from is a broken like part of the wall.
Right. Okay.
I'm up for any direction. I'm just curious if there was another entry point up above and we didn't see it in the main area, or it takes you somewhere else.
If there was, thinking back on it, it probably would have been in an area that was collapsed,
Okay.
as only the main area of the church was, or the temple was open.
Okay.
Would anybody be... Oh, go ahead, Vita.
Well, if nobody has any preference, we might as well just spin around and pick a direction.
That's not the worst plan, actually.
Yeah.
Start spinning. Vita, tell me when to stop.
Stop!
Okay, stop. Okay, which way am I pointing? That's the way we're gonna go.
Roll a d4.
Three?
All right.
You didn't tell which one of us should do it.
1, 2, 3. So you guys are heading south.
All right, so I'll
It's
start.
fine enough to me.
I'll start heading south.
I'll follow in behind.
All right. Who's going after Telwyn?
Hello?
So Agni is orange.
Hey, Kim. Go. Sorry, Vita. Go ahead.
No, that's fine.
I was just going to use Divine Sense when we started going down this way.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, I guess I'll make a perception check to see what's going on in this room. 21.
Okay. So his divine sense goes off. Your So in this room there is a random tables, gotta love them. Someone roll me a die 4.
I'll do
And
it.
someone else roll me a die 6.
I got the 4. Oops. Well, let's roll a different one because that one fell on the floor. 4.
I'll do the 6.
Okay.
5.
You see in this room there is looking in. You see a couple of those looks to be villagers just sort of standing perfectly comatose, standing perfectly rigid. But the thing in the room that really stands out the most, however, is in the middle. There is a floating gem in the room. This one, it's a large pinkish purplish crystal just sort of floating in the middle of the room, just sort of gently spinning on an unseen breeze about 5 feet off the ground.
How tall is the...
The ceiling here is about 10 feet tall.
Okay, so it's about halfway in here then.
Yep.
Does this gem resemble the one he found in the pot?
No, this one is the size of about a man's forearm.
Okay.
It's
like a spell type deal?
yeah, it's like a large crystal, like a large like shaft of a crystal.
Okay.
And the blue things, they're the people?
Yes, they are. They seem to be villagers just sort of standing perfectly still, back straight, eyes open, unblinking.
Looking at the gem.
They're not looking at the gem, no. They're looking.
Oh.
They're all looking in the direction of. On the screen, it would be to the right.
So that would be considered east.
Yeah, so these ones here would be staring at the wall. Right.
Okay. Gotcha. Alright, I'll start slowly making my way in.
Okay.
And do the villagers notice me at all, or they're just kind of spacing out?
They, as of right now, are spaced out.
Okay, I'll go ahead and get out of the way so everyone else can get in.
Okay.
Um,
Is anyone else coming into the room with Thrak?
I will.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll push ahead to get in the room as well.
Tailwind, do you recognize any of these people?
Yeah, you recognize quite a few villagers from the town.
Do they have the same kind of complexion and view as the people that we dealt with in the one house?
You haven't noticed any difference in complexion.
Okay, I mean, as far
as
that whole transient weird state thing they had going on, and
it's very similar to that fugue state that you found the others in. Yes.
Okay, that's what I was aiming for.
But that means that they're possibly not.
Yeah.
Actually...
Well, there is one way to find out. Open up their mouths to see if there's vines inside.
Are you going to do that, or are you going to investigate the crystal? What's going on?
I am not touching them because I do not want them to bite my fingers off. I will, without touching it, I'm going to look at the crystal.
Okay. It's a very, like, pinkish purplish, hints of red sort of echo in it. And as you look at it, it almost draws you into it a little bit. But,
That's not weird at all.
Yeah, I mean, a floating crystal is also not weird at all either.
I mean, putting the two together, a floating crystal that when you look at it almost draws it towards you, or you towards it, that's not a good case scenario, so I stop looking at it when it starts to almost pull me toward it.
Okay.
My concern is where everyone else is looking.
Yeah. They're all sort of looking to the east, sort of east-southeast.
Okay, I'm going to I'm going to just touch the person that I am closest to
Okay.
and see if I get a reaction from them.
How gently are you touching?
About as gently as a half-orc can, I suppose.
Okay.
Not exactly shoulder checking them or anything, but you know.
Yeah. So you do that. All of a sudden, nothing happens. It just sort of pushes, and they still keep the eye contact.
Okay, did their body feel like a body should, or was it squishy?
It felt like a body should.
Okay. Hmm.
Hey,
I
V,
went.
get your cloak back. The old one you were wearing.
Yeah, what about it?
I look over at you and I look at Thrak for a second. I'm like, I wonder if he wraps that crystal up in the cloak and smashes it on the floor.
That's not the worst idea, actually.
I'm thinking
I
like
agree.
are something in something and like you put something in a sack and smash it. Yeah.
So, what did you say, Vita?
I agree. Let's use the cloak and smash it.
All right.
First off, when you go to touch the cloak, or not the cloak, the gem, give me a sleight of hand here to see how carefully you wrap it up. See if you touch it at all with your skin.
I'm gonna give him guidance when he goes to do this just because we don't know what we're getting into.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh my God.
So
Those dice are cursed.
They are.
Can I give you my inspiration?
I'm gonna say hold on to your inspiration because this is something that you want to happen.
Okay.
As you touch the crystal, you go like you wrap your hands in the in the cloak, only to realize you wrapped your forearms in it and not your hand. As you just grab it with your bare hands, you feel a wonderful healing energy burst through the room as everyone gains the benefit of a long rest in the room.
Wow.
Thank
Whoa.
God.
That is awesome.
If you were to smash it like you were going to do, it did the opposite. So that's why I had you roll for that. That might have been a TPK.
Yeah, that would have killed everyone.
Would it have?
Maybe. We don't know.
I mean, I'm at full health and I'm a warlock. Short rest is my best friend.
You never know. The dice tell a story, and however they told the story here, as you guys all heal, however, you see all the heads of the creatures snap to you.
Oh shit.
As they start to all screech at the same time as this is initiative once more.
Not people, not people.
Thrak, what is your initiative?
14.
Agni,
7.
Verne,
20.
Vida,
3.
Telwyn.
14.
All right. Verne, it is your turn. You are the first to respond as you see these things all, their jaws unhinge about 4 inches further than any jaw should for a human, as you just hear this unearthly wail.
Yep, not people. Definitely not people. I'm immediately gonna shoot an arrow at the one that is right next to Thrak there. In the corner.
Okay. So we'll call him A.
That's only a 10.
10 will hit. 10 is AC.
Oh. Lovely. 7 points of piercing damage.
7 points. All right. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Next up, Telwyn. Your turn.
I'm gonna move south, like 15 feet, and attack the one in the corner.
Okay. Let me see.
14 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 8 damage.
8 points of damage. All right. Anything else? As you slash through it, you see the green ichor dripping from your blade.
No, I'm pretty limited on bonus action.
Okay. Thrak, your turn.
I'm going to. I'll attack the guy right next to me.
Okay.
Use my great axe.
Remember that -1 on it.
Yep. 13.
That'll still hit. Did you rage before you attacked or no?
I did not. I forgot to.
Okay.
So is it -2 to hit and to damage as well?
Yes. So just
Okay, so 8 points of damage.
8 points. All right. That one is starting to look pretty rough at this point, as green ichor spatters the skull walls. Anything else?
You be quiet, stupid person.
I love it.
No.
Not people. Not people.
Not person.
All right.
No, that's it for me.
Agni, your turn.
I would like to cast Bless on Thrak, Verne, and Vita.
Okay.
So you guys, when you make an attack roll or saving throw, you can add a D4.
Yay.
Sweet. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right. Anything else there, Agni?
Nope.
All right, Vita, your turn.
Alrighty. I am going to hit the one that Thrak just went after.
Okay. Are you gonna hit it with a range?
With an Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that's just a 4.
Unfortunately, 4 will miss. Anything else there, Vita?
I guess I'll try to throw a dagger.
Unfortunately, you cannot because you didn't use a melee weapon.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Thanks.
Yep, not a problem.
That's it.
Okay, next up, that the creature that's on Thrak, he's gonna and try to swipe at Thrak, and that really hurt my lungs to do that. It'll be an 11 to hit you, Thrak.
I'm sorry, what?
11 to hit?
No, it'll miss.
Okay.
I didn't even hear it, Ken. I think your noise gate got it.
Yeah. Damn it. That's okay. Next up, this one is going to rush up to Telwyn. And it is going to try to do a slam on Telwyn. It's going to try shoulder checking him. But a 7 will not do it. Next up, the one right there is going to move up 1. And that is going to be... who is orange? Agni is orange. It's going to swing at Agni. And if 6 will not hit Agni, D&D Beyond is cruel to me tonight. This one is going to come here. Right there. And this one's going to go there. One on blue, one on purple. So for blue, Verne. That'll be a 16 to hit.
I believe that does hit. Yes, that does hit.
And then on Vita, an arm is going to wrap around. And what's your AC normally? Because you will have partial cover from this one.
14.
14. Okay, it'll still hit. So that with an 18 to hit total. So that would put you up to a 16 with the partial cover. So for on Verne, your damage will be 3 points of bludgeoning damage. And on you, Vita, you'll take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Verne, it is your turn.
Okay, seeing as there's something right next to me, I will pull out both of my short swords.
Okay. The one that hit Vita is the one that you have the clearest shot on. The one that hits you has partial cover to you.
Now, I'll just go for the one that's standing in the doorway.
Yep, so that's the one that hit Vita.
Alright, take my 2 swings with... stop dropping my dice. Well, one of those is going to hit with is not going to hit with a natural 2.
Yep,
I
that'll
highly
miss.
doubt that's going to hit. The other one is 13.
That'll hit.
For 4 measly points of damage.
Hey, 4 is better than what it had for damage.
True.
Anything else there?
No.
All right. Next up, Telwyn.
Both of these things I can see that are right next to me, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to use Word of Radiance since it's a 5-foot
Yep.
kind of deep. Okay, they both have to make Constitution saves.
The first one fails with a 9, and the second one fails with a 4.
4 points for one of them and 5 points for the other.
All right. Sounds good. Anything else there, Telwyn?
I will use my bonus action to cast Shield of Faith on Agni, since he's got 2 right.
2 right on her, yep.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a wall between her and the one, but yes.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, good.
All right, Thrak, it is your turn.
Okay, I will rage,
Okay, that's fair.
and I will use my great axe again against the one in the corner next to me.
Okay.
$23 to hit.
That'll absolutely hit. Over doubles its AC.
Okay. And let's see here. All right. 10. So 15.
15 points of
So,
damage.
15 points of damage, yes.
All right, as you cleave this one in twain, it turns to that green ichor onto the ground.
Do I have movement left?
Yep, you have your full movement. You have not moved yet.
I will go start heading towards the one that's right in front of me.
So like right there, so you're between two of them, or just this one where you just have the one?
That one right there, yeah.
Okay.
And that's all I got.
Okay. Next up is going to be Agni.
I would like to cast Sacred Flames on the one right in front of me.
Okay.
It's a Dex save, DC 13.
1, 2, 3. It gets a 13.
Oh, that matches.
All right, so nothing happens. Anything else?
Yes. Bonus action, Shield of Faith on Vita.
Just passing the Shield of Faith around. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, Vita, it is your turn.
I do not remember what shield effect does.
It gives you a +2 to your AC.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Yep. Really powerful spell.
Yeah, really. Let's go for an Eldritch Blast to try to get that one in front of Verne off.
Okay, so that'll be a disadvantage because you are technically within melee of 1. Because you're adjacent.
Cool. Same score either way. 19 to hit.
All right, and you said the one on Vita? Or Verne?
Directly in front of Verne.
Okay, cool. That would be 1, 2, 3. Okay, that would be 5. All right, so how much damage?
10 damage.
10, very solid. As you blast a good chunk of its shoulder away, it spatters the skulls behind it, but it is still standing. Anything else?
No.
All right. The podling, or the creature's turns. The one on Thrak, or that was on Telwyn, is going to turn to go after Thrak, who just hit it pretty sizably, as it's going to turn and a 15 to hit you, Thrak.
That hits.
For 8 points of bludgeoning damage, half to 4 due to
Okay.
the rage. The next one is going to attack Telwyn there. That'll be a 18 to hit you, Telwyn,
Got it.
for 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Next one is going to attempt to hit Verne. You're going to have 2 attacks coming here.
Wonderful.
The first one, you'll have a +2 to your AC due to partial cover, so it does an 18 hit.
18 with a... Yeah, that'll still hit.
Okay.
I got a 14 naturally, so...
So you'll take 8 points of bludgeoning damage from that one. As the next attack will be a 20 to hit for an additional 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm looking pretty rough.
All right, back up to your turn, Verne.
Well, I'm going to do the smart thing and disengage and back up into the corner.
Okay.
And I have nothing I can do for my bonus action at the moment, so I'm just going to wait, because I only have 3 hit points left.
All right, Telwyn.
I'm gonna try the word radiant since I've got 2 standing next to me again.
Okay. The first one succeeds with a 21. The other one fails with 4.
For 5 damage.
All right, so the one that Thrak is fighting will take the 5 points. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, as you sort of say your prayer, a blast of holy light comes out and burns the one. Thrak, it is your turn.
All right. Attacking the one that's in front of me.
Okay. That'll hit.
Okay.
I like the encounter builder because it pops up all your guys' rolls right up to me before.
So, 8 points of damage.
8 points. All right. Sounds great. As you slash it, it's still alive, but it's howling in pain and agony as you do this. Anything else there, Thrak?
No.
All right, next up, Agony, it is your turn.
I am gonna. Oh gosh, Okay, the one in front of me has taken damage, correct?
At this point, they've all except for the one behind you, behind the wall.
Behind the wall, right? Okay. I am going to. I'm gonna toll the dead on the one right in front of me.
Okay.
It's a wisdom save, DC 13.
That gets a natural 1.
Ooh.
Yay!
So that'll be double, or so 2 die 12 for that one. That is number
Oh, I
16.
didn't roll very good. 5. 5 necrotic.
As it shrivels up a bit, arcing in pain, but it's still alive. Anything else?
I'm gonna curse at it. No, that's it.
All right. Vita, your turn.
All right. How bad is the one I hit previously looking?
It's looking pretty bad.
Okay. Alrighty, then I am going to... Yeah, let's move directly in front of it, and I am going to use the short sword.
Okay.
$22 to hit.
That'll absolutely hit.
4 damage.
4 damage. All right. Unfortunately, it's not quite enough, and it is still up.
All right. Let's try the dagger.
Okay.
$19 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that's 6.
6. All right. That is just enough to drop that one.
Cool.
As you
And
slash
that's it.
at it, and it turns into jelly. Next up are their turns again. The one on Thrak is going to make a large swing, an agony, which will hit for a 21 to hit. Thrak, you'll take half of 7 points of damage, so you'll take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as this thing comes right into your side.
Okay.
The next one on Telwyn is going to make a slam attack upon him, which will miss. As it goes to slam Telwyn, you raise your shield or block with your sword in a way where it stops it. The next one, this one's going to come fully around the corner, Vita, and attempt to attack you. For a 12 to hit, which will miss. Back up to the top. Verne, it is your turn.
Okay. Verne is going to shoot an arrow at the one that is on Thrak right now.
Okay.
That's definitely gonna hit. That's over 20.
Yep. AC is 10.
For 8 points of piercing damage.
That is almost just barely not enough to kill that one. As it is
Well?
barely standing on its last leg.
Well, how dare you then? That's all I got.
That's all you got? All right. Next up is going to be Telwyn. Your turn.
I'll use Word of Radiance again for the two that are basically on one on each side there.
Okay, so I got a 13 and a 4.
Okay. The 13 will make it, the 4 won't.
Okay.
For 3 points of damage.
So the one on Thrak is the one that makes it. The other one, next one is going to... You said 4 points or 6?
3.
Oh, 3. Okay. Thank you for being honest. Anything else there, Telwyn?
Nope. I'm going to try to have them focus on attacking me.
Okay. Thrak, it is your turn.
I will take the one that I am next to.
Okay, sounds good.
At 10.
10 will just hit.
Okay.
That is AC.
Oh, wait. So, no, don't. No, yeah, that's right. I hit the right one. I thought I hit the 20 again. Just 13 hits, 13 points of damage.
All right, that's enough to kill that one. Anything else there?
I want to circle around and be on the other side of, yep, that one right there.
Perfect. Next up, Agni, your turn. With Vita on
Okay.
deck.
I'm gonna do Toll the Dead again, same one.
Okay. It fails pretty badly.
Yay. Oh my god, my fucking dice tonight. 1 damage.
Unfortunately, not enough to drop it. Anything else there?
I'm switching to my physical dice.
Go
'cause
for
I'm
it.
Over it. No.
Anything else there?
No, that's it.
All right, Vita, your turn.
How is Agni looking?
Agni, how are you looking?
Oh, I look amazing. My hair is
Okay.
on point. I just like
All
feel
right.
good somehow, even though we're down here. I don't know. I'm great.
Alrighty then. Anywho, let's go for an Eldritch Blast at the one that is trying to attack me.
All right, sounds good.
Oof, that is an 8.
8 will unfortunately miss. Anything else?
No.
All right. Telwyn, the one that's still alive there, is going to swing at you. And miss. Vita, the one on you, is going to swing at you. And does a 16 hit?
Yep, that's the AC now.
All right, so 16 will make contact with you. As you're going to blast your Eldritch Blast, you lift your hand up. You feel the energy come as you blast, and it misses. And it clubs you right upside the head for 5 points of damage as you try to cast this. Back up to the top of the round. Verne, it is your turn.
I'm going to step down 1 square and shoot an arrow at the one that's in contact with Vita.
Okay.
I keep forgetting my D4. Not that it's been entirely necessary up to this point. Yeah, that's already over 10 with the D4.
Yeah.
For 4 points of damage.
4 points. All right, anything else?
Nope.
All right. Sounds good. Telwyn, it is your turn. Thrak on deck.
I am going to slide my shield aside and use my sword two-handed.
Okay.
14 to hit.
14 will hit.
For 8 damage.
All right, as you slay that one, it is cut in twain as the ichor splatters to the floor. Anything else?
No.
All right, Thrak, it is your turn.
Okay. Let's see here, what's not 30.
So you can get adjacent to that one. 15, with 20 feet of movement. It'll have partial cover from you, but that only puts its AC up by 2.
How big is the archway?
5 feet, and Vita's currently standing in it, and you can't push
Okay.
past enemies.
All right. Okay. I didn't know how big it was. I was going to try and jump over and...
Yep, nope, not very large.
All right, you know what? I'll go adjacent to it.
All right.
All right, so take another swing. Oh. Nope.
What'd you
All
get?
right. I rolled a 1.
All right, as you go to swing, you just clang your axe right on the skull wall, and it bounces off, and the rattle that goes up your spine, up the shaft of your axe, is just bone wrenching. All right, Agni, it is your turn. With Vita on deck.
So there's only the one left.
Only the one, yes.
Okay. Let's see. Just trying to decide if I should heal Verne finally, or just like let him suffer a little bit longer. Wondering if I'm really gonna heal him.
I have ways to heal myself. I just have not done so yet.
Okay. I mean, you're not dead yet, so.
No.
Okay.
He felt better.
So has that guy taken damage yet?
This one, yes.
Okay, totally dead. It's the only one that's working for me.
That's a 3.
Save. Okay.
Roll more than a 1 this time. Let's hope.
Yeah. I'm rolling manual. An 8.
That's
Yeah.
so much better. That's
Yeah.
8 times better than your last roll. Anything else there, Agni?
No, that's it.
All right, Vita, your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a disengage and move out the way.
All right, you back up to the corner by Verne.
Hi.
I
think that's about it for what I can do.
Okay. Next up is the last creature's turn. It's gonna move up 5 feet. Even around Vita, not Vita, Agni.
Odd.
Odd. Okay. All right, so it swings at Thrak instead of you.
Can I have it swing at me instead of Frank? Can I choose to fail?
All right, if that's what you want. 23 to hit.
Yeah, it'll hit.
For 3 points of bludgeoning damage as it goes to swing at Thrak, and you're like, no, wait, what, am I chopped liver hit me? As it turns around and just punches you right in the shoulder. Back up at the top of the round, Verne, it is your turn.
Another arrow.
Okay.
I may actually need the D4 for this one. Yep, that brings me to 11, barely enough. That was a natural 2, so I definitely needed that +2 on that. Ooh, that's 11 points of piercing damage.
11, all right, it is still up, but barely. Anything else?
No.
All right. Telwyn, your turn.
I'll step into that square just above me and swing at it.
Okay.
16 to hit
That'll absolutely hit.
for 6 damage.
All right. And with that, you slash down as it reduces back to the ichor that in which it came. As your with chest heaving, the combat's over. And this is where we're going to take our intermission for the night.
Yay.
I'll mute everything.
Awesome.
And then we'll be back 10 minutes for everyone who is watching at home. right, welcome back, everyone who's watching at home. As the party ends up winding down from the fight, Telwyn will end up going up to Vita and giving Vita some healing.
I am also going to heal myself a bit.
All right.
Healing hands, give myself 2. Then I'll use a cure wounds on myself.
Crystal that I touched, did it disappear or is it still in the room?
It's still in the room.
Okay.
It is very dim at this point.
Okay.
But still radiating magic.
All right. Is there... Oh, go ahead, Vita.
It probably needs to recharge.
Mm-hmm. You would guess that is probably a very good assumption.
Does it seem like it can be moved?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then let's bring it with us.
All right.
Else in the room or in this chamber off to the be to the right of me.
Yeah. So you look in there and you see there's a couple bags full of gold.
Ooh.
Seems to be about 100 gold worth of coins in there.
Well, that's definitely important.
Look, everybody, treasure.
Shiny things to stick in your pocket, Thrax.
Yeah. I don't know if my pockets can carry that much.
Well, if we split it up 5 ways, that's 20 each.
I think we can all fit that much in our pockets.
Can someone count mine out?
I got you. Don't worry.
Thank you. Anything else in the room, or was that it?
That's about it. The majority of this room is another room of the catacombs. It seems like whatever this was, they were using it as a some sort of treasury or drop spot.
Okay, and then we have the other hallway that's leading down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do we want to go? Do we want to go back or keep going?
We know that something is. They were facing a certain direction. I'm guessing that's where our problem is.
We want to head there immediately or check out the rest of the area?
I'm fine with the long way.
Yeah.
Well, then let's go back and search around a bit.
I'll start heading back the way we came in. And once we get back into that room, I'll start heading to the chamber to the right.
So, this way or this way?
That way.
Okay. So you guys start heading this way as a group.
Following after.
Yep. So you make your way through, and open yourself in, or not open yourself, walk into this area as you see what seems to be a small altar in the room. Back in this back alcove built into the wall. It seems to you have an effigy of skulls holding up a triangle with a singular skull made of black granite sitting inside of the triangle in this back bit.
Is this an effigy or something that anybody's familiar with? We do it like a religion check or something on it, or is it?
Everyone that isn't from Sossal can do a religion check normally. You being from Sossal here, Telwyn, this isn't a this is
not a need.
It hasn't been worshipped since the Cataclysm.
Okay.
So it's not something that's been in circulation, so you'd have disadvantage at this.
I got a 19.
Okay.
I got a 20.
I got an 18.
Almost all of you guys very quickly come to the conclusion that this is a shrine of Mercure, the Lord of the Dead, and also known as the Reaper.
Now, what is the Raven Queen's position with him?
Unknown.
All right, fair enough. Just checking.
What's going on in the room?
So the rest of the room seems to have rotting pillows laid down upon the ground, almost to be for like kneeling pads. This seems to be a location of dark prayer.
Well, I say we light this bitch up.
Thinking the same thing, to be honest. So the pedestal has the black skull, right?
Yes. And as you get there soon, you see there is a... Get up closer, you see there's a book opened up to a passage.
So you're going to have to read that because I can't.
I will look at it and read it.
Okay.
I'm not going to read it aloud, I'm just going to read it to myself.
Okay. To you it reads, "Death walks behind each of us every day. Nay, don't look back nor try to run. None can outrun his fate, though many try strange and elaborate ways of doing so. Death is patient and comes for you when he's ready, oft when you least expect him and least want him. It's the way of death."
I mean, Verne would not be able to argue with that, given the views of the Raven Queen.
Like to approach the pedestal and is there anything? What would I use to like check to see if there's or feel if there's anything emanating off of it?
That would be an Arcana or religion at this point.
Oh boy, they're both at -1. What? Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I'm sorting through what Verne would try to do in this situation.
I mean, I can try those, but I'm not proficient.
I got a 16 on a religion check.
Okay. You you feel a dark power just sort of emanating from this.
Mm.
I'm gonna look at Agni when she's kind of like contemplating this, and I'm like, "Will you bless that pillar with your light, please?"
Oh, the pillar? See, I was thinking about the actual skull itself. What do you think?
That might work too.
Yeah, I cast light on the skull.
Okay. Give me a Constitution saving throw. As you cast light on it, your bright light that you summon turns to a black light in a flash.
20.
20. Okay. You are able to shrug off the necrotic energy that comes through past you as your light fizzles.
Gotta try and crack it. Bust it up with his great axe.
I'm gonna step away from the altar while he does any of this.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna be back in a second. My dinner is ready.
Okay. So you take a swing at it. Give me an attack roll. What was
10.
that? 10.
10.
Okay. You end up hitting it. And
Alright.
as you do, roll damage.
15.
Okay. As you swing your axe, you bring it down. You see a scratch go clean through from the top of the forehead down to the chin. And as you watch, the scratch heals. And for everyone looking, you see on Thrak that exact scratch appear, as you will take the 15 points of damage there, Thrak, but of necrotic instead.
Whoa.
Oh, that's no good.
Oh, magic.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm looking pretty bad. I will back away from it.
Okay. So you do this, and you're hurting quite much at this point.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a question. Those
Yeah.
of you that stood, I'm like talking to the party. Those of you who understood what deity this is or what it's relevant to, do you think I could do a ritual ceremony to cast atonement on this? To like maybe alter the magic in some sense? Because like it's got some sort of evidently dark energy or something that you guys are explaining. Do you think I could use atonement to reverse a little bit of this? Because it's not a deity or anything that I'm familiar with.
Right. So I don't exactly know how atonement works, but Agni would fill him in on like which deity it was and tell him it was the Lord of the Dead. forget what you said his name was, Mercure or something like that?
Mercure, yes.
Yeah. AKA the Reaper. So he's all about death. This is not good.
As you're in a catacombs with thousands of skulls making up the walls. You would assume that this is one of his places of power.
What's good against necrotic? Radiant?
Mm-hmm. I would think so.
I guess I could try it if you guys want me to try it. I can cast Word of Radiance on it.
I mean, I can try Sacred Flame as well, but I didn't know if it would reflect back like the other ones did. Is yours a cantrip as well?
Yes.
A spell slot? Okay.
It's a cantrip.
But you have to be within 5 feet, right?
Yep.
Okay,
I have
and
to be right.
how about if I do Sacred Flame, because it's 60 feet, and then
Okay.
maybe try to keep, like, in cover.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So then, yeah, I'm going to move up to just into the doorway, and hopefully, you know, Talthrak, here, stand back a second, I want to try something. And then after I cast Sacred Flame on it, if I can reach it, I would like to duck back behind the corner of that in case it reflects.
Okay.
So it's a dex saving throw.
It fails. It cannot move.
Radiant damage.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Okay, well, my last idea is to cast a heal on it and see what happens. But I don't know if I should do that because spell slots are a thing.
Roll me an insight, everyone who's just looking at, like, trying to deal with this thing.
$14.
8.
So,
I got a modified 20, Ken, if that helps.
Yeah. So the two people that realize this real quick, Thrak and Telwyn, you realize this isn't actively doing any harm. It's just literally sitting in an alcove and in a place that no one's been in hundreds of years. You could probably just walk away from it. Maybe put something in the hallway or something like that to stop someone from getting into it, but damaging the thing or anything might not be possible at your current ability.
I say we just leave it alone.
I agree.
Same. Vita has been uncomfortable with this whole thing and has been out in the hallway.
Alright,
Let's just
so,
keep moving.
yeah.
Alright, so you end up heading back.
So,
Are you going to go up to the north this time? Up this way?
yeah. Might as well. We'll just make our way around the room.
Alright, so you head up there. Just going to move the one as a placeholder. You start going down further into the earth. As you turn around the corner, you see a small stone door off to the side. And the hallway continues downwards into an open room.
A stone door?
A stone door, yes.
Let me... Perception or investigation to look at the door?
This will be
for markings.
Investigation, because you're right there in front of it.
Yeah,
I'm kind of walking behind him as he's doing that.
Okay.
that's that's 2.
Oh my.
You're not even sure it's a door at this point.
Do you want me to take a look at it? And you're struggling with noticing that this is actually a door and not just a chunk of stone.
Yeah, might as well go ahead, man.
A 12.
12? Yeah, you see it definitely looks like a door.
I'm gonna turn around. Hey, we found a door. And give everybody the thumbs up.
Hey, cool. Is it locked?
I couldn't even figure out. I barely figured out it was a door, and he had no idea it was a door.
Looks like a wall to me.
I push past them, and is there a door handle on this thing?
There is not a door handle.
I just try to push it.
All right. The door pushes open.
Hey, the door wasn't locked.
And as the door opens,
What door?
you see a singular item in this little room. Standing in the exact center of the room, standing perfectly balanced, is a glaive, standing straight up.
That's not creepy
Oh
at all.
my
I'm not
God!
here.
As everyone starts walking away, Vita's like, awesome.
And Vita will, against... Vita surges forth and takes the glaive.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, I called dibs.
Well, you
I'll
didn't
bite you for it.
I'll bite you for it. Okay, okay. So. So you find here this glaive stands straight up, and in your hands, it's very finely wrought. It seems like it's some sort of black steel. And as you look at it, and look at it closely, you see what looks to be dice etched, different dodecahedrons, polyhedrons, etched into the metal along the handle as it hums with magical power.
Vita is overexcited in a way that if there were dogs around, the high-pitched noise would be heard by them. But eventually it calms down to a human level of the amount of squee in this moment as she takes the glaive, fully aware that at the moment, unless there is something truly special about this, that she can't use it yet.
But that is it for this room. But as you take it and pick it out, you see a little indent rises up where the glaive was pushed. As, hey Vita, roll me a dex save, please.
Okay. $19.
19. Very good. In your excitement, you put your eyes wide as you just jump back as you see the arrow holes all throughout the wall as the trap sets off as arrows plunk through. You will take... I'm going to re-roll that because that was unnecessarily high. You'll take half of 16 points of piercing damage
Alrighty.
as you get clipped by some of the darts and arrows as they get you, but you do not take the brunt of it.
Alright.
So you come out, you got an arrow stuck in your shoulder, but you're like, I got the glaive.
And at that point, I'll be sorry, not sorry, and just keep a hold of it.
Okay. You do see going down further, there is another room.
Okay, start heading that way.
All right, so you go down there, and you see what appears to be a. This seems to be like an armory. There is rusted ancient weapons scattered all throughout the walls on wooden racks. The skull wall sort of gives way a bit here as different bones come out to hold weapons in racks and in different positions. Most of the weapons and armor here are in complete disrepair. However, there are two that seem to be not not in too much disrepair. The one. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
One of the weapons seems to be a maul. The other one seems to be a scimitar.
Does the mall look nicer than my mall?
I mean, it doesn't look nicer or anything, but it's just a maul. I think Thrak was going up to that, though, at the moment. Because he was heading towards the weapons he was starting to say. Is that what you're doing, Thrak?
I was. But if I noticed that she had one similar, I would hand it to her.
Okay.
And then I don't know about the scimitar's probably, yeah.
Scimitar.
Not for me.
Seems like a very fine-edged weapon.
Yeah, not for me. I mean,
I wouldn't mind a scimitar.
Okay, so I'll take it out of the bone hands and hand it to Dylan?
Verne.
Verne.
Verne, okay. As you do that.
Oh, God.
For being a good sport about everything, Thrak, take inspiration. For just being a good sport about everything.
Alrighty.
So far,
he kind of needs a new weapon.
Yeah.
Got messed up. So if you need a weapon, that's entirely fine with me as well.
I'm doing okay with the -1. I'm pretty sure once we get out of here, I can get my great axe repaired or possibly even buy a new one. Just depends. We'll see. Plus, there's other areas we haven't found yet, so I might find something down here. And that's it for this room?
Okay. That is, yes. It is, mostly the rest of it has been ravaged by the passing of time.
And this room was just... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
And does anything feel special about the scimitar, or is it just a normal one?
No, it seems like there's something to it. Same thing with the maul.
Alright, then I shall wait to add that to my inventory then.
And this was just arms, not armor, correct?
Yes. Just arms.
Okay. Alright. Alright, well then... I'll start going back to the one area we haven't gone to yet, and that'll be that one off to the left. Well, as we're coming out of this one, it'll be on our right.
Yep. So you start making your way down that way. And you start heading upwards. It slopes upwards as you go down the hallway. And you make your way around the corner, and once again you find another door, very similar to the one that with the room with the glaive.
Do I need to make it a perception check?
No, you knew what you know what you're looking for this time.
Okay. I'll see if I can open it, push it in.
It pushes in quite easily.
Okay.
In this room, it's small. It's not very large, about 10 feet by 10 feet. And full of beetles.
What?
Of beetles.
Little John, Paul, Ringo's, George running around.
Not the
The
good type.
dogs. Lots of beagles.
Not the good type, but it seems to be like the flesh-eating type because you see
Oh my God.
bones polished clean.
Shit. Is there any way to shut the door?
You could, yeah.
Yeah, I'll shut it.
Okay, you just just real quick as a couple beetles get out, but nothing that you can't just squish real quick.
Let's not go in that room.
Yeah, let's not. Yeah, I don't want to end up like somebody from the Mummy, so.
Oh, that was funny. So, continuing on, you make your way down the hallway, and once again you find another door, this time on your right as you head up.
Okay. Push that one in, see if I can open it.
All right. You open this door as you see a single pedestal in this room with a single vial. It seems to be like a potion bottle of some
Okay.
of some point.
You can do an alchemy check on it if you want.
Yeah, whoever's more suited with that kind of stuff, yeah, that's fine. I'll let Amide go get it.
Okay. So you take a look at it. The jar is, or the jar that it's in has a swirled etching on the outside of the glass and has a very solid padlock on the outside of the bottle, keeping the stopper on.
Interesting.
So I'm gonna guess this is beyond like a common thing. I'm gonna leave it in its place.
Okay, you'd have to figure out how to open it up to do a alchemy check on it.
Yeah, it's more. I'm gonna set it back in its little thing there, and I'm gonna be like, well, it's got a lock on it, and I'm not adept at any of that kind of stuff. If somebody else is, by all means, I'll take a look at it if they want to open it. If they just want to take it, I guess we could find out what it is later.
I'm not the best at opening locks. I say just bring it with us for now.
I might be able to help with that, but it's probably best just to leave it as is for now.
Okay. There's nothing else in there, just the vial, right?
Just on a little pedestal right there. Just that vial.
Okay. I'll keep going down the hallway then and see if there's anything else.
So did you take it with you or no?
If nobody picked it up, I'll take it and put it in one of my pockets or something, or in my backpack or whatever.
Okay. As you realize that this bottle is also probably made out of finer grade of glass than any of you have ever seen before as well.
Mm.
Very reminiscent of glass steel.
Wow.
So the vial itself could fetch a pretty penny. Whatever the contents are inside of it, not sure. But
Right. Okay.
oh, the shenanigans. All right, so you guys continue forth, going down and around. As you come into and around the corner. Oh, come on. There we go.
Okay, so past that, we're in. Okay, yeah. So we got the. Alrighty.
So you guys, choking myself trying to do this. I need a headphone extender for cable. All right. So you guys are coming down into this room here. This room here, you see lots of pods all along the walls. Where the walls were once covered in bones and skulls, this room here is covered in like these mucousy green sickly pods all along the wall.
That's kind of creepy.
Are there humans inside?
I don't know. Do you go to investigate one?
Heck yeah.
All right. So you go up and you're looking at it, and it's very opaque. You can't really see what's inside of it, but they're roughly humanoid shape.
Before we go any further, could I get a heal, if possible?
Yep, I've got one more spell slot, so we've still got more combat. Nobody take any damage. Yeah, I'll cast Cure Wounds.
Thank you.
So
7.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
All right.
I'm also going to take one of my die as well.
you guys would probably
For my
realize
foolishness.
that you guys could probably go back into the room that you found that vial, shut the door, and take a short rest if you really needed it, before you waste your spell slots.
Oh.
As you could probably hold out in that room for a little bit.
You know what? That's a very good idea. I say we do that instead.
I agree.
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Okay. So you head back to this room here, and you guys all like cram yourself in. It's not comfortable, but for the hour that you guys are in there, you guys are able to gain your short rest. Does anyone attune to any of the items, or try to attune to any of the items?
I mean, I guess I would try to do it with the scimitar. The scimitar or the shiny gem? No, the scimitar.
Because that is one way to figure out what an item is, if you take a short rest and try to attune to something.
I will stare intently at the scimitar. You know, that good prolonged eye contact.
Yeah, I'll try to attune to the mace as well.
The maul? It's not a mace, it's a maul.
Oh.
So it's a big hammer that requires 2 hands.
Okay, well then no, because I am dumb and I thought that it was a mace, so I'm not going to attune to that.
Okay, do you give it to Thrak then? Because you
Yes,
can't.
Thrak needs that.
Okay, so Thrak, you have this very nice maul. Because there was a communication. So, do you try to attune to this maul, Thrak, during the break?
I will.
Okay. Vita, do you try to attune to the glaive?
She'll try.
Okay. Telwyn, are you trying to attune to the gem or the pink one that you guys found, or is anyone else trying to do that one? To try it. Figuring out what properties it might have.
I mean, I don't know who all has what, so I'm really not sure what else there is.
I currently have the shiny gem, but if you would like to try to attune to it, I shall give it to you.
Okay.
And then there's also that pink gem that you found floating.
Right, the one that healed us up to a full rest, right?
Yep.
Oh, right. Talwyn, what do you think?
Being as you seem to be in tune with the light, the sparkly gem thing, I think you should try to find a connection with it because you seem to bring a little light in this world here.
Okay.
And then are you going to do the pink gem there, Talwyn?
I'm a little bit uncomfortable with trying to attune to anything from down here.
Okay.
Until I understand more about it. It's kind of like a parallel opposite from everything I've been taught, and
That
I'm
is
surprised I haven't wanted to like run out of here crying yet.
that is totally okay. So, the gem will get to you first, Agni. You discover that it is a gem of brightness. This allows you to. Where is the G? G. So the gem of brightness. This prism has 50 charges. While you are holding it, you can use your action to speak one of 3 command words to cause one or more of the following effects. The first command word causes the gem to shed bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet. The effect doesn't expend a charge. It lasts until you use a bonus action to repeat the command word or you use another function of the gem. The second command word expends 1 charge and causes the gem to fire a brilliant beam of light at one creature you can see within 60 feet of you. The creature must succeed on a DC 15 con save or become blinded for 1 minute. The creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turn, ending the effect on itself on a success. The third command word expends 5 charges and causes the gem to flare with a blinding light in a 30-foot cone originating from it. Each creature in the cone must make a saving throw as if to be struck by the beam created by the second command word. When all of the gem's charges are expended, it becomes a non-magical jewel worth 50 gold pieces. This is fully charged. Thrak, the maul that you stare at, also the gem of brightness does not require attunement, so you don't have to use your attunement. This is a +1 maul.
Okay.
It seems to be just very sturdily built. It seems maybe to be dwarven in its construction. Verne, the scimitar that you find is a +1 scimitar. Seems to be very similar to the maul is in dwarven make. And Verne, or not Verne, Vita. The glaive ends up being a gambler's blade. but in the form of a glaive. Are you familiar with that item?
No.
All right. So the Gambler's Blade, when you attune to it, each day you pick a +1, +2, or +3. That weapon then becomes that level of enchantment. If it's the downside of this, however, is you get that penalty to death saving throws. So if you make it a +3 weapon, you have a -3 modifier for all death saving throws.
Wow.
And you can change this every time you take a long rest.
Okay.
Okay, I have a quick question.
Yes.
I'm trying to add like on the attunement slots
Yep.
on the D&D Beyond thing, and I picked it and it's in my inventory, but I can't put it into the attunement slot.
Because +1 weapons don't require attunement. So you can just wield it and you can save your attunement slot.
Sweet. Okay, well that makes sense then. Thank you.
Yep, not a problem.
The attunement time was just to learn the properties of the weapon.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, sweet.
If it had an attunement, you would attune to it, like how Vita has attuned to the item during the rest, because that one required attunement.
Alrighty, thank you.
So Vita, is it a +1, +2, or +3?
Given that we don't have a way to raise anyone, +1.
Okay, sounds good. So, your rest concludes without any issues. As you guys step back out and make your way back down to that last area with all the fleshy pods. And as you come in, it seems like there's more pods in this room than there were before. The ceiling has them spackled to the ceiling, as well as there's 2 more on the floor.
Well, that's unpleasant.
Just a little.
You also, upon closer look, you see tendrils leading into this back room as well. From the pods.
Is there, okay, so you said they're all over the walls, on the ceiling, and there's 2 of them on the floor?
Yep, 2 of them on the floor. And they have these greenish-red tendrils leading from them into cracks in the wall leading into this room.
And we can see the doors sitting there, right?
Yeah, the door is closed. It's
Right,
just a crack
okay.
through the floor.
Got it.
And before we continue any further, I have to use the restroom super quickly, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Alright, I am back. So, what is the
That was
game plan
quick.
here? My bathroom's literally just outside my door. So, what is the game plan here, guys?
Let me check something here. I know what Aaron would want to do, but Thrak, on the other hand, I think we should head to that door and possibly take out the source, maybe if it's back there. But I don't know if Thrak would realize that or not.
Don't worry, because Verne does and would say that.
Okay, alright. Alright, so that's... I think that's what we should do, so is everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Setting up the encounter.
If the queen alien pops up and I see face huggers, I'm going home.
Good plan.
Well, funny you say that.
Oh, no.
So, are you guys going into the room to take out whatever's in there?
Yeah.
So, as you go to do that, the door explodes out.
What the fuck is that?
It's not an actual dragon turtle. That's just the only size base that I have of immediately that's the same size. As you
Oh,
see...
boy.
Where is Ravenloft?
That's...
You see this thing bursting from the room.
Ew!
Oh.
It's much more cute than I thought.
So, as this will be initiative as Thrak, what is your initiative?
Holy jeez. Alright, let's see here. No! Oh, God. Oh, I got a 7, but it was teetering on a 1.
Agni, I see you got a 19.
Yep.
All right, Verne.
15.
15, Vita.
15.
And Telwyn.
12.
12, all right. Just so you guys know, you guys are all in its melee range, so all attacks will be made at disadvantage if you are using range.
It's not terrifying at all.
As you see the tendrils sort of rolling out and through the room and coming out. First up to react, Agni, it is your turn.
I need to try to kill it with fire. Closest thing I have is Sacred Flames. Dex saving throw.
Okay. It fails.
Oh, thank God. 4 radiant damage.
4 radiant damage. All right. As you do that, you see a little bit of scorching as you just... This unearthly wail comes out. This alien-like screech. As this plant spittle comes flying out through the room. Thrak, you get coated in its saliva as it screams out in this. Anything else there, Agni?
Sorry. No.
I didn't want a bath today.
Verne, it is your turn.
Well, since I can tell it can probably hit me from here, I'll just pull out my shiny new scimitar and one of my short swords and run up to it so I can start hacking at it.
Okay.
Alright. Scimitar is the main hand, short sword is an offhand.
Okay, so you run up to it.
Mm-hmm.
You are what color again? You are purple?
Blue.
Blue. So you run up to it.
That is a 13 on the scimitar.
13 will miss.
Damn. The other one, 17.
17 will hit.
Alright, so at least the short sword is piercing it for 4 points of piercing damage.
4 points. All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's all I got.
All right, Vita. It is your turn.
Alrighty. In this case, let's start with. Yeah. Let's start with a Eldritch Blast.
Actually, correction, you are the only person that is not in its range, just by barely. So you're not at disadvantage for this attack.
Alrighty.
Well, aren't you a lucky duck?
Ominous. Anyways, let's try the Glade then and see what happens. No, wait, that has a range of 10 feet, so
Yep,
yeah.
Your
let's
Eldritch,
just
your
go.
Eldritch Blast is still good because you.
Let's just do an Eldritch Blast. Yeah.
Yep. You're not at disadvantage with it. You're just straight roll.
15.
15 just misses, unfortunately.
Can I use inspiration?
You can, absolutely.
Useless inspiration. 10. All right. Nothing.
That will miss. Telwyn, it is your turn.
I'm going to put both hands on my longsword and move to attack.
Okay.
19 to hit
19 will hit.
for 11 damage.
11. Are you smiting or anything?
No, not yet. Not until I have to.
Okay. As you take a hack into it, it lets out another shriek as the three of you in front of it get coated in that spittle once again. Anything else to tell Lynn?
He's slimy, Ray.
No.
Okay. It's going to take its three of its tendrils, and it's going to make a vine attack on each of the three that are in front of it. One on Thrak, one on Telwyn, and one on Verne. That'll be a 22 to hit. We'll start with Verne. We'll go left to right.
Marcy will.
Thrak, you barely avoid it with as it misses you. And Telwyn, that'll be a 23 to hit you.
Oof.
So, Verne, you will take 8 points of slashing damage, and you are grappled and restrained by this. Telwyn, you will take 10 points of slashing damage and are grappled and restrained by this thing. Next up, Thrak, it is your turn.
I will use my shiny new maul
Okay.
to hit. Oh!
Was that a natural 20 on your first roll with it?
No, it's a 17, but
Still a solid hit.
yeah, it is. So it comes to 24, but I forgot to say I wanted to rage.
You can do that before you roll the damage for it. So we're still level 2,
Okay.
so I'm a bit
Right.
I'm a bit lenient at lower levels with stuff like that.
Awesome, thank you. So, all right,
And
gonna
this is
rage.
a tough fight, so
Yeah. 14 points of damage.
14 points. All right.
Yep.
Anything else there, Thrak?
I'm gonna do like an intimidation type, roar at it.
Okay. It roars right back at you, and no one speaks deep speech, so
Yeah.
it understands what it's saying. Agni,
All right.
it is your turn. Agni.
Sacred flames again.
Okay. That'll be a 13.
Matches.
Okay. So, nothing happens. Anything else there, Agni?
No, not right now.
All right, Verne, it's your turn.
Hi, Vern.
Oh,
Hi, Fern.
Hi, Burn.
I'm gonna this time remember to cast Hunter's Mark.
Okay. You cast
And
Hunter's Mark on it.
then I will just to attempt to escape the grapple or not to. Let me just attempt to slash at it with a scimitar, even if it's at a disadvantage. That's still good. That's still good. That's still 24. I got double 17s.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That's 2d6s because of my Hunter's Mark. Come on, get in the actual place thing. There we go. 11 points of slashing damage.
All right, you are still grappled by it as it lets out another howl from the slash. Anything else?
No.
All right. Vita.
Alrighty. I'm going to try to cast Hex.
Okay. What save are you, or skill set are you making at disadvantage with the Hex? Strength, Dex, Con, Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma?
Yeah, I know. Sheesh. I really don't know which one would be quite useful at this point, so... God. Dex.
Okay. Sounds good. So it will not be making any good acrobatics checks for the foreseeable future.
Alrighty, and I believe I can still cast an Eldritch Blast because it's first and a cantrip.
Absolutely.
Alright. 18.
18 will hit.
And that's 10 damage.
10 damage. All right. Anything else? As you
That's it.
You blast at it, you see it almost like that the ooze earlier in the adventure, just sort of jiggling from the hit. The bulbous bell of the thing just sort of vibrates from the hit. Telwyn, it is your turn.
I gotta make some sort of strength check to try and break out of this.
Oh, hold on one second. Yes, Vita?
I forgot. I also have the... Don't I have the necrotic damage from Hex?
The D6, yep. Don't want
I
to
apologize.
Nope, you're fine. Don't want to short you out on the damage, especially on the boss fight.
That's an additional 6.
Okay. Sorry about that, Telwyn.
No, you're fine. You were trying to finish up your stuff. No big deal. I'm going to try to resist the grapple and get out of it.
Okay. This will be in athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Athletics. 18.
18 is enough to break free, but that takes your full action to do so.
Okay.
Anything else? I don't know if you have any bonus actions. Okay. So, this is where things get interesting. Verne. It immediately takes the tendril and pulls you into its mouth, the core of the plant. You are completely enveloped as the enzymes and acids immediately start to break down your body.
You're gonna kill me immediately, aren't you?
You take...
Haven't you had enough of killing my characters, Ken?
You will take 22 points of acid damage.
Holy moly!
If you had done 6 more points of damage, I would be dead.
And
oof.
So, at this point, though, all right, we'll see. So you are currently unconscious inside of this thing, while
Maybe choke and die.
its two other vines are gonna lash out, one at Thrak and one back at Telwyn again. On Thrak, it's going to be a 19 to hit.
Oh yeah, that is.
For 7 points, half to 3 of piercing damage, or not piercing, slashing.
Okay.
As the vine wraps around you and grapples and restrains you. Telwyn, on you, it's going to be a 9 to hit, which will miss. Thrak, it is your turn. You are grappled and restrained, which means your attacks are at disadvantage, and you have 0 movement. You can attempt to break free of the grapple, but that'll take your entire attack action, or you can still attack it to try killing it. But you have seen your friend Verne brought into the mouth and has not come out, nor is there much movement coming in from that direction. What are you doing, Thrak?
Could you repeat what you just said? I'm sorry.
Yep, you're totally fine. So you are grappled. You're grappled and restrained, so all of your attacks will be at disadvantage. You can use your action to try breaking free of the grapple, but then you won't be able to attack. You did see your friend Verne brought into the mouth or the maw of this plant, and you have seen no signs of struggles since he's been put in. As he's been fully enveloped.
I'm going to... So disadvantage. Roll twice, take the lower of the two, correct?
Yep.
I'm going to attack it.
Okay. As a barbarian, too, you can use Reckless to cancel out that disadvantage to give you a straight roll, but you would have advantage, or the enemy would have advantage on you if that's something that you would like to do as well.
Yeah, not at this time.
Okay.
So we got a 9. Hey, and an 8. So with 15 total.
15 total will just miss, unfortunately. AC is 16.
Crap. Okay.
Anything else there, Thrak?
Nope.
Okay.
I will wait and see what happens next.
All right. Agni.
I am going to cast Toll the Dead. Need a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. All right. That'll be an 8.
Yay. Cool.
So how much damage?
That is 7 damage.
7 points. All right, it's starting to look a bit wilted at this point. Anything else there, Agni?
No, I think that was necrotic damage as well, by the
Yep.
way. I don't know if it matters. Okay.
Yep. No resistances or immunities here. Verne, your turn.
I'm unconscious.
Yeah, so death saving throw.
My dice.
You say it so happily.
Oh, Ken is gonna kill my character because I just got a nat 1.
Oh no.
So 2 failed death saves
no.
here.
Holy moly.
Anything else? Oh, you can't do anything else. You're dying. Sorry.
Yeah, I am dying.
Vida, your turn.
Kind of a stupid question, but can I see Verne at all?
Cannot. He has total cover.
Alright. Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 10.
10 will miss. Nope. All right. 10 will miss. Anything else there, Vida?
Are either Thrak or Telwyn looking awful?
I I'm doing okay. I'm about 3/4 of my hit points.
Okay.
I'm at half.
I'm going to. That's going to end my turn.
Okay. Telwyn, it is your turn.
All right, I'm gonna attack this thing. Yeah, his first attack's gonna miss. They rolled a 5 plus. I'm gonna use inspiration to reroll.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's probably a good thing. That's a natural 20.
That will, yeah.
I'm gonna smite it on top of it.
Go for it.
The smite's not doubled, right?
All dice are doubled.
Smite is absolutely doubled.
Everything
Okay.
you roll on a crit. That's why paladins and rogues are so freaking powerful with crits.
Especially if you make a paladin rogue.
Okay, Josh, never say that again.
$32 points of damage.
Yeah.
Whoa!
As you come down with all your might, you come down, you blast into it. You drive a deep rent into it.
Hey, my favorite people that asked me to come watch, you just saved my giant behind there.
As you go into, or you cut into it, you realize it's still barely alive.
What the heck?
Anything else there, Telwyn?
As long as I didn't cut Verne in half, I'm okay.
You did not. You expertly cut down. All right. To start your turn, Verne.
My turn already passed.
Not your turn, but the body taker. I'm going to have to pull you to the other chat real super quick.
Wonderful.
Be right back, everyone. All right, so you hear a voice as the enzymes break into your body and start to tear apart your body. As you feel your body start to change, become more plant-like, become wrong, one with the being. You hear a voice, a deep and echoing voice. So, you done goofed. Well, I can help with that. Would you like a second chance at life? To grasp at the straws of the living once more? Would you like to bite back the hand that feeds?
And what do you get out of it?
That is beyond your comprehension. Entertainment, maybe. But that is a paltry idea. Quickly answer. This is something that might not happen again.
Let me be one with the Raven Queen.
It will not happen if you don't accept the gift. Your death has forever pulled you from the Raven Queen here. You do not accept the gift, you will be lost to the stars.
And can I just roll an insight check just
Yeah?
just to see if he's telling the
Yeah.
truth to me? Okay, 23.
Yeah, he's absolutely telling the truth. You feel it too. Your body is turning into one with this creature that had devoured you. And you feel your connection to the Raven Queen lost.
Bring me back.
All right, roll me a die 8.
I will not leave the Raven Queen. 2.
2, all right. So, you gain the Gathered Whispers Dark Gift. You are haunted by spiritual beings, whether the souls of the departed or entities from another plane. Their voices endlessly whisper, taunt, and cajole, sometimes rising to unearthly howls to you. Only you can perceive the spirits. Unless you allow them to speak through you, they are intangible and invisible. And anyone who can see invisible creatures sees only fleeting glimpse of these spirits as they haunt you. Roll me a die 6.
4.
4. Everything that you've ever killed, the spirits of those that you kill linger around you and torment you.
Interesting, because really the only thing that Verne has killed have been undead.
Yes. Yes. So they're spirits.
Interesting.
Uh,
This is gonna open up a lot of
Yeah.
by myself assessing how these souls feel about how I
So, there's.
stopped their undeadness.
I'll let you look up in Van Richten's guide the rest of the things that are here, because there is you learn the message cantrip, and then there's also other detriments for this. So I'll let you look that up, and we'll get back to the rest of it.
You are lucky that I purely took that deal because
I
they
know.
would not have been with the Raven Queen. If they had been with the Raven Queen, I was going to bring in Eeks, my female Kobold Ranger.
Yeah, you were about to turn to an NPC to fight the party, and then be liquefied as soon as it dies, never to be able to be revived again. So, good thing of the deal, but we'll meet you back in the other group, okay?
Assume dead?
All right. So,
Should be in one of the pods.
as you guys sit there, let me put the camera back on, so you can see the map. You see the creature open its mouth, and you see Verne slop out onto the floor. His eyes open as he takes a deep, gasping breath. And you see one of his eyes have turned solid white. It then takes its tendrils, and it's then going to grab Thrak, who's in its jaw, or in its tendril, and bring him into the mouth.
Oh boy.
Thrak, you will take 22 points of acid damage as you are engulfed and potted while inside of this thing.
Is that halved or?
Unfortunately, acid damage at your level cannot be halved.
Conscious.
So you go unconscious in there. You're making death saves at this point.
Yep.
As Telwyn, the vine lashes at you one last time and misses with a 10. Thrak, make your death saving throw.
Should be on. All right. It's a, what is it, a D10? No, 20, right?
A D20, 10 or higher, you succeed. 10 or lower, you fail. Or 9 or lower, you fail.
10.
So you pass one success.
Yay!
Next up, Agni, your turn.
I have a question
Yes.
about my special little gem here. This flare command, how do I... you said it's a 30-foot cone.
Yes, and that would
That-
include your allies, yes.
Okay.
You also don't see any eyes on this thing to potentially blind. I'll give you that one real
Well,
quick.
that's what I was going to ask you about flare. Is that the blinding, or is it like fire damage? Because I don't.
No, it's a
I have
blind.
solid info. Okay.
Just
Well
a blind.
Well then, screw you for not giving me a fireball. I'm gonna set this shit on fire.
All right, anything else there, Agni?
Yes, because I haven't actually done anything. Okay, so Thrak's already in the mouth.
Yep, Thrak is completely disappeared at this point.
Okay. Toll the dead.
Toll the dead, all right.
Wisdom save.
That's a 20. So it
I
passes.
mean, kind of.
Anything else there, Agni?
Okay, yeah, so Verne is back out here, but he's not looking so dead.
He's looking better than you've seen him in a long time, except for his eye. He seems to be back up to full health, with not a wound upon him.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. That's
Okay.
it.
Verne, it is your turn. You wake up.
Do I remember anything?
You remember everything.
Okay, that's for later, but just wanted to make sure.
As you are back up to full, your spell slots, if you have them, are back to full. It is as if you had a long rest.
Basically, okay. In that case, I will take my bonus action to Hunter's Mark, and then I will slash at a gate up and slash at it with the scimitar.
Okay.
That is a 19 on die, so a total of 25.
How do you want to kill the body taker plant?
Oh, that's an excellent question.
In the poetic revenge, it kills
Yes.
you as you come back and kill it.
I look at it and I say, you will not take them. You will not take me. You are not separating me from the Raven Queen. Die like the foul beast you are, and I will just stab it with the scimitar and slash down to just open it up.
All right. And as you do, it turns to that green ichor and collapses to the ground. As you kill the body snatcher, or body taker, you see Thrak, his unmoving body, bleeding heavily, sliding out onto the floor.
I am going to heal him.
Okay.
Cure wounds. 9. I did good.
Thank you.
As you wake up, your skin burns, Thrak, but you're no longer dying, as the threat is done in the area.
Thank you.
We have rations. Can I just give him some of my water?
Absolutely.
Like just start splashing it all over him.
Yeah.
And as you guys see,
Well, that's a little holy water on him, so now he smells flowery and beautiful.
so you guys look around and you see the pods that it was connected to. Those have liquefied and also have just gone away. And from your very close encounter there, Verne, you would realize that this thing liquefies people and creates clones of them. The plant clones that you've been fighting. And everyone that you have fought is probably not coming back.
Oh no.
I will relay that to the party.
Fida bites her lip.
Well, fuck.
I'm going to take some holy water out and wipe my sword clean and pray for the people that were taken by this creature and that are no longer with us.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll pray too, with a lot of fucks in there.
So, as you guys head out, you find memorabilia from the people that have been taken. You find bits and baubles of this and that, and you collect them. As you bring them back, you find the sheriff's star from the sheriff. You find small toys. You find bits of clothing and other stuff. You guys gather this up and you bring it back to the town. You notice over half the town has just liquefied upon the death of the body taker. As there was more podlings than you thought in the town. However, the survivors, while struck by grief, are incredibly thankful that you ended this threat, and that you were able to stop it before the town itself was taken over and cloned. This is where we will end for the night, as you guys will all gain level 3.
Man, it makes even more sense now to take a Gloomstalker over anything else. If that
Yay!
doesn't fit my character before, it does even more now.
Congratulations, guys. That was a incredibly
Nice.
hard boss fight and dungeon that I threw you at. So, and I'm very proud of all of you guys for mostly surviving that.
And when will you stop killing my characters?
Never.
I mean, I don't like killing characters.
But it's always me.
Gosh, I think
You got better.
has one of those pegboards like there he had at Siege, and he's just like putting up names of all your characters.
No.
Yeah, in a shrine.
No.
I'm pretty sure.
But
with what's happened, this is very interesting what's going to happen.
it is. It is going to lead to quite some interesting encounters. So, however, for everyone watching at home, this has been Odyssey of Eternity, Darkness of Sossal. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to end the stream here. You guys, if you want to stay and talk, that's